Hey, how's it going? Welcome to our channel, Why Not Now? My name is Steven, and this is my beautiful wife, Lisa Marie.
So today we are going to do a kind of a cooking chat. So we're making dinner, and I told hubby, I said, you know what? We're in February. We just passed our anniversary. We made 9 years married and almost 13 years together, literally in a couple of months. So I think that's a pretty good accomplishment. And we had a few viewers that had asked us quite a while back, hey, make a video on how you all met. We'd love to hear it. So I told hubby, I said, you know what? It's only fitting. We're making dinner. We can do a cooking chat. Let's go ahead and share with our valuable viewers how we met. Let's tell the story. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go ahead and do a little cooking. Hopefully it turns out good. No, it's gonna turn out good. I can cook, guys, don't worry. And we're gonna do a little cooking chat. So let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, so let's get it going. What am I starting with? Some poblano pepper, some onions, some cebolla, some garlic. It almost flew off the table, by the way. Ajo. And don't judge me. Don't judge me for my knife and for cutting on this plate. We're in a furnished apartment, you know. We gotta use we have to use what we have. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so let's get it going. All right, if you're wondering why I did a rough chop, it's because it doesn't even matter. It's going right into the blender. So we're gonna move on to my husband. He's gonna chop my tomatoes. He's my assistant. He always helps me out. And he's gonna begin with his side of the story and tell you from his perspective what he was doing out that night when we actually ran into each other.
So, I'm gonna get started with my version of the story. And this is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm sorry.
All right, so first off, we worked in Gwinnett County, Atlanta, Georgia. You guys know I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. My wife, she's from New York. She moved to Atlanta, Georgia. But we were working across the street from each other for the longest time, to be honest with you, for a couple of years, because she worked for another major company across the street. You know, companies work across the street from each other. I'm pretty sure we crossed paths several times, but we just didn't know each other, you know? But funny thing is that we had some mutual friends. I knew someone I was cool with. She knew someone that she was cool with. And it was just strange that we kind of like, we didn't know of each other, but we had the same friends. We had kind of like the same circle. And so it was just one night, we were going out. Well, I didn't have any intentions of going out in Georgia. You know, in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, you know, something to do 7 days a week, man. Something always going on. And we had a long day at work. A couple of my friends like, hey, let's go out tonight. And I'm like, oh man, I don't really feel like it, but hey, I might as well go hang out with you guys. So we're getting ready. You know, it's a ritual when you get ready. You play your music, may take a little shot or something. It's a ritual. You know how it goes. So we're getting ready. I'm getting ready to go out, and it started raining a little bit. It was kind of like a stormy night, so it rained off and on. So we decided to go out to this gathering. First off, I was with the company I worked for. We won this competition at the job, so they were doing a gathering up at a spot called Jillian's, known as Dave and Buster's, now in Gwinnett County, Lawrenceville, off of Gwinnett Highway, Duluth Highway. So I decided to go ahead and go up there and meet up with my friend. I really wasn't feeling it that night. And I went inside, you know, hanging out, greeting everybody, doing the basic, hey, what's up, what's going on type of stuff. I think we actually sat down, maybe grabbed some food or something like that, just hanging out. So my friend, he was ready to go down to Atlanta, to the city of Atlanta, to go hang out in the clubs or whatnot. And I think my brother was actually already down there waiting on us to come. But I kind of really wasn't in the mood. I really wasn't supposed to go out that night. I didn't want to go out that night, but I forced myself to go out. And so my friend, he had went on out towards the, it's part of a mall. Jillian's David Buster's is a part of a mall. Discover Mills Mall, they keep changing the name of the mall. And we were in there just hanging out, and then he just disappeared on me. And when he disappeared, that's of course when wifey had popped in. And I'll let her finish the rest of that part of it, and then we can talk about it collectively.
I knew it wasn't gonna work, okay? But I'm gonna show you. You improvise, you do what you have to do. This is not a high power blender, obviously. So we just simply make it work. All right, guys, so picking it back up where my husband left off, I wasn't supposed to go out that night either because I just was having a bad day. I don't remember what it was. I had my daughter with me at the time, who probably was, I want to say, around maybe like 8.5 years old. And to be quite honest, you know, I go into detail about everything. I was not, you know, even thinking about getting into a relationship at that point because I had gotten out of a pretty bad marriage. And, you know, I just felt like at that point I just wanted to focus on myself, my daughter, and that's pretty much it. So my friend at the time asked me to go out to have Greek food. And she said, come on, it'll be fun, you know, we'll just go have some Greek food. And you can go home after that, it's a rainy day, you know, no big deal. So we went, we had Greek food, we had a good time, all three of us, my friend, myself, and my daughter. After we finished having the Greek food with this, so the Greek restaurant was actually within the mall that my husband mentioned, the Discover Mills Mall. I think now it's called Gwinnett Mall, okay? Gwinnett Place Mall, over in Duluth, Georgia. And we left the Greek restaurant, and my friend said, let's go walk around a little bit. Maybe we'll, you know, grab ice cream or whatever. Let's just go around and have a little walk. So I said, sure, let's do it. So as we were walking by, we passed Jillian's. And Jillian's, I don't think my husband elaborated, so I'm gonna elaborate, is like this, well, how would you call that place? Not a game room, kind of like a game room, right?
Yeah, it's like an adult game room.
So like an adult game room, right?
And the mall, it's not Gwinnett Place Mall, it's Discover, it was Discover's Mill Mall, Discover Mills Mall, then it turned to Sugarloaf Mills. Gwinnett Place Mall was its own mall.
Ah, okay, gotcha, there you go. So then, you know, we went to go walk around the mall a bit, and my friend heard somebody calling her name from the entrance of Jillian's, and Jillian's like a game room, so it has like, you know, basketball and all kinds of, you can spend the whole day there with your kids playing, you know, all kinds of games. I don't know. I mean, I'm not big on that stuff. I don't know, like an arcade / basketball and, you know, win prizes kind of a place. And the guy that was calling my friend was actually her coworker, and he saw her and he said, well, hey, what are you doing there? Why don't you just come and join us? We're actually doing the competition, because she worked with this guy now. So this guy that was calling my friend was actually friends with my husband through his job, and my friend worked with them at their company. So my friend actually knew of my husband at the time, but whatever, like I said, we didn't know each other. And she said, no, I'm gonna go ahead and walk around. He's like, no, come on, let's go in. So she's like, all right, do you wanna go in? I'm like, not really, but okay, fine, let's go in. So we go in, and we're like playing the games. I got my daughter some of those, she was getting those tickets and things like that. And let me add some more water, guys. Give me a sec. So we went inside and we were playing games. Sorry, I promise you the multitasking. This is the beginning of the cooking, so I have to pay attention. So we went in, started playing games. It was a whole bunch of them. There was a whole bunch of people from their job. My daughter's having a good old time. And I saw my husband, right? My future husband at that point. And there was another guy that was with him. And I'm just gonna say this. That guy, I'm gonna leave his, we'll call him Anthony just for the heck of it. This other guy named Anthony that was there, okay, additional guy, he started annoying me, okay? He kept coming over and just trying to talk. And I'm just like, oh God, will this guy ever shut up? I'm not in the mood. And I have to say, he had 4 different, baby mamas, and he's telling me about he had 6 or 7 kids, no joke, I'm not exaggerating. And he's telling me about all his, this and that, and I'm like, okay, I'm being polite at that point, but I'm really showing him that I'm not interested, okay? And he's just talking away. Finally, he goes away to the bathroom. So this guy over here, he just comes over and he just, you remember what you said. He started just making some conversation. And
well, I heard you're from New York, so
they were making fun of me because of my accent,
Atlanta and New York, yeah, we bump heads a lot. So, yeah, I was just making fun of New York about the New York Knicks and stuff like that. I was like, hey, what's going on? Blase. Just started talking about basic things. And then eventually Anthony ended up coming back.
Anthony ended
up coming back. And I look at it like a guide code. I don't step on anybody's toes. If he's shooting his shot.
But could you not have? Couldn't you tell I was not interested in this person?
Of course, but if he was shooting his shot, I knew the dude. I'm not gonna step on his toes. So I just let it be. Like a real chill dude would do. Just fade back.
And when he faded away, I was like, in my mind, I was like, no, you come back, because I had no interest in any guy at that point. Like I said, I was just focusing on working, my daughter, just me and my daughter, and I was not in any type of mindset to get into another relationship or get to know somebody at that point. I was just like, I'm done for a while. And he was so sweet and so polite, that southern charm, just so the opposite of what, I'll have to make a joke. Now in New York, when people try to approach you, it's very aggressive and it's too much sometimes. So he was the opposite, and it was something new and fresh. And I'm like, oh, I really like this guy. He was talking, he was, throwing hoops at my daughter. I said, this is a nice guy, or whatever. He caught my attention when I came in there, and I was like, I don't care about anything. And this other guy came back, this Anthony guy, and started just running his mouth again. I said, oh, I just cannot take it. And he just walked off. And I'm like, where is he going? You come back here. I want to talk to you. And some kind of way, we just kind of just spent the day playing.
We were out there, everybody just hanging out. And, go back. It's not a Southern or New York thing. You have rude people all over the place. It was how I was raised. What's up, Mom? What's up, Dad? It was how I was raised, to be a gentleman, open up doors and things like that. That's how it was instilled in me to be raised to be that way. So we out there having a good time with Jillian's, hanging out. I'm playing with her daughter, we're playing ice hockey. shooting a little basketball thing and whatnot. And I'm busting them up. I'm not taking it easy on them either. So
after a few hours hanging out.
Yeah, we just hanging out a few hours talking, and then our mutual friend,
like the one that I came with, my friend.
And she's
his coworker.
She's from Guyana, right?
She's from Guyana, and we were kind of making jokes because back in New York, for those of you who know, we have a huge Guyanese population. We have a huge Trinidadian population. I grew up. My best friend when I was very young was Trini. And I love curry goat and roti and dal and all that stuff, and I know all about it. So we were having conversations and joking back and forth about, with the South. At the time, the South didn't have much to offer in that area. Now we have a little bit more when it comes to like Caribbean restaurants and West Indian restaurants and things like that.
I don't know what you talking about. On the East Atlanta,
I gotta poke at him.
East Atlanta, we full of Caribbean, Jamaican, all type of restaurants over there.
You should hear me mess with him on pizza. He gets so mad.
But
so at that point,
drink the Indio beer down here. I'm not a big drinker, but I drink a beer once in a while.
But then at the end of the night, it was pouring down raining. It was thunder and lightning. We were all gonna just head on home. Well, they were trying to get you to go out to go to the club.
Yeah,
I was going.
My other friend Daryl was trying to get me to go hang out with my brother, like I was telling you guys previously. In Atlanta, something always going on in Atlanta. So I was like, I don't really want to go out. And to go backwards of what I was telling you guys, I wasn't supposed to be out. I didn't want to go. I was going to stay at home, get on some NBA 2K or something, or watch some movies, chill all by myself. Cause I'm a homebody guy, I'm a homebody dude. So we end up going there.
Yeah, and then so I mentioned to my girlfriend at the time. I said to her, "Who is that?" And then she's like, "Who? Such and such?" And she named the coworker that originally called us to go.
Named Daryl.
Yeah, we'll call him Daryl. She's like, "Oh, who, Daryl?" Because he's very loud and talkative and
flashy guy.
Very. And I said, "No, who is that?" And she goes, "Steven?" I said, "Yeah, who is that?" She's like, and she looked at me and she goes, "No way, She said, "I'm going to tell you right now, girlfriend." She said, "It is not going to work. You being from New York, you are super fiery and outspoken, and he's from the South." And she looked at me. She's like, "It's not going to work. No way in hell," is what she said. It would ever work. So I told her, I said, "Can you guys? I typically don't do this, but I'm really interested. This guy's really down to earth, nice. He's polite. He's not pushy. He's the complete opposite from where I came from in New York." So I just kind of hint to him that I'm interested, but don't really hint. It sounded funny, but don't really hint. I don't want him to know, but then let him know, right? So I don't know how she came.
She let me know. She let me know who it was, what it was, and whatever.
And then he said, "Well, tell her to give her my number." Yeah, he said, give her, pass my number on. And then when she told me that, I was actually getting in my car, parking lot, whatever. It was raining, it was heavy, coming down. And I said to her, I said, "You tell him that I'm old school, I'm old fashioned. I don't do that. I'm not gonna call no man. So if he's interested, he needs to reach out to me and go about it the proper way, blah, 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 whatever." I don't remember what all I said, but something to that effect, And we all left. And it was kind of
No, before we left, not Daryl. Daryl was making fun of Anthony because Anthony wanted to talk to her. And Anthony was like,
Anthony with all his children.
"Lady from Guyana, you don't ever want to, you want me for yourself."
Yeah, he didn't tell her.
"You want me for yourself because you don't want me dating anybody," and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole big
He said, "That's why he's like, you're cutting me out."
Yeah, you cut me out, whatever.
He used a different term, I'm not going to say.
It was just all fun and we were all laughing and stuff. And actually, she had offered to give me a ride to my car. It was pouring and raining.
Pouring, so I said, "Well, maybe, we'll get a chance to talk alone without all these other, foolishness going on here."
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you want me to give you a ride to the other side of the parking lot to your car? Because, pouring and raining is lightning. I mean, when it storms in Georgia," and I miss that, it storms.
Yeah, and I was like, "No, I'm cool, So I stayed back talking to our mutual friends, everybody talking around.
And I was out.
Yeah, she ended up leaving, going home. And that's when she was telling me that, she wanted to talk to you and
she's interested.
So I go, "Well, hey, when you give my number," she said, "Nope, she's not gonna take your number. You're gonna have to reach out to her and
be like a gentleman and blah."
I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever."
But you didn't You didn't. No, it didn't work. It didn't work like that right away because you.
I didn't do it.
You thought about it. You went home.
I went home. I was also in a previous situation.
Bad relationship.
So I was out of that, and I was just focusing on myself and getting myself in a good position, becoming healthy. And that was my road of becoming healthy. So I wasn't really looking to be with anybody or any of those, any of that at all. So
I'm gonna pass through here. Go ahead, husband.
So yeah, I eventually went home. And I think, what was that, MySpace? It was MySpace.
Oh yeah, back then
MySpace was the thing. So we had MySpace. The
we're
millennials.
telling on ourselves.
They don't know anything about all the MySpace stuff. So I had MySpace.
Which I didn't have any.
No, she didn't have MySpace, and I was just, so I went to the MySpace and I reached out to our mutual friend. I said, you know what? Let me get her number. Let me reach out to her. And she's like, okay, cool. So I got her number. And I waited 2 days, I don't know, trying to be, waited 2 days, make her sweat. but no.
And then, well, give your perspective on when you did call me, what I was doing, what time, it was like.
I eventually called her. Was it evening or was it night?
It was probably like maybe I was going out for dinner with my other girlfriend. We were gonna go have some food. It probably was like around 7:38 at night, but it was cold, so it was already dark at that point.
So I reached out to her, and I'm gonna be honest with you. We immediately clicked. Our mindsets and how we were just focused on the same thing. Of course, God first and foremost, and we were just finishing each other's sentences and stuff. We were just clicking on all levels.
How long were we on the phone?
On the phone for.
We did the so teeny bopper thing. We literally we were like such little teeny boppers.
I don't know how long, but we were on the phone for a minute talking.
Oh, it's a minute.
A minute could be like 6
hours, and then hanging up and calling back.
They're going back and forth because that going back. That's why I say so legitimately. Of course, like 6 hours, but 3 hours here. Oh, I'm gonna head out with my friends and say goodbye, or put my daughter to bed and stuff like that. And call back. So we both had the same values. I have a daughter. She have a daughter. We have daughters. Mm-hmm. Hey, how's it going? Together. Not together, but
from previous.
They're our daughters, and they know. Yeah, what I'm saying. So,
but they're still our daughters. Together.
So we just were talking about the same thing. She saw how I was handling my business by myself. And I was seeing how she was handling her business by herself. We were just communicating and talking, and we were connecting on so many levels.
Yeah, and it was really like this deep friendship that was. I'm actually gonna pour this in now, if you don't mind, husband. Help me out with this. So it was really like this deep friendship that was being built. We were on the phone for hours, and we really got to know each other. And I think that it helped the fact that we both were in long marriages prior to, and that we knew what we didn't want, and we knew we were like literally about to be 29 and a half at that point, give or take.
Yeah, give or take.
Almost 30. So we already knew what we didn't want. We knew we could spot BS from a mile away. We both were a little guarded.
Yeah.
Maybe more so I than he.
Given our backgrounds, that's what we keep trying to tell you. You guys don't, like, a lot of people don't really know us, and that's fine. You don't know us, but we've been through it. So it's like we've been through it on all levels. Yeah. Like roller coasters, we've been through it on all levels. And of course, I was guarded. She was guarded. I'm not getting into all the details about things, but this is like the short version of the story. But yeah, we were just talking off and on. It was one night I had called her. She was at Swanee Park in Swanee, Georgia, which was a beautiful area in Swanee, Georgia. You go to Atlanta, Georgia, go to Swanee Park. And she used to go out and just do simple things. Go out there, look at the stars. Just lay in the blanket, look at the stars.
They still hear me talk about the stars to this day.
Exactly.
Flowers and beautiful.
And that's like my type of thing. I would go into a park and we go out and just lay down and just chill and we just talk. That's what a lot of people say, and my mom said too. Like, you guys always are talking. And that's what I love about it. Like, you always communicate, always talking, and I feel like that's very important. You have to have something to talk about. You can't sit there and watch TV or let's go out and eat all the time and be on the phone, distraction. You have to be able to communicate and connect mentally with each other. And
because let me tell you, when gravity goes, look, we joke about it. Gravity goes down when we get the gray hairs. When ladies, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. When hair starts growing in places where it does not belong, you're like, where did this come from?
Your baby toe? No, I'm saying.
You know, you have to be able to connect still and have conversations, and we can sometimes be able to just sit together and not talk about anything and just enjoy each other's company. There's never a point. Like, we were laughing about this when we heard about the whole COVID situation and how people were getting divorced and things like that. We didn't understand it because we couldn't relate, you know, and we were joking, being lighthearted, because when we were home together, we were so happy. We're like, oh, we have all this time together. Now, do we disagree? Do I get on his nerves? Sure, I do. With my straightforward, you know, very New York, Italian American type, rude, cutthroat, and he's very more mild, Southern, like you don't say certain things, but we know each other, we balance each other out. And that's the beauty of it. So, I mean, pretty much it just started in that way, and we just built from there, and we got to know each other. And it's amazing how if we didn't have those bad times in the past, if we didn't go through those horrible marriages and horrible situations and know what we definitely didn't want and know what was, and work on ourselves first before we jump into another relationship, it wouldn't have worked, because you can't take two broken things and put them together. And I'm not saying, no one here is perfect. We're all human beings, but you gotta take the time to be alone for a while. And that's what we both did. We took some time to be alone after some horrible situations, and we learned, you know, what we wanted, and we have common goals. And that's what really matters.
That's all that matters. Of course, we have our days where, you know, we're not really at each other's throats, but
not at all.
At each other's throats, let's say, at each other's throats. They have disagreements about things, but it's not to the point of where we just like, oh, it's just, I
can't be around you.
Yeah, it's like sometimes, like I may go in the room editing, or she may go in the room reading a book, or
listening to music,
and we're fine like that. But then when it comes down to it, we're a strong team together.
But it takes work.
And we go. Work. Of course, it takes a lot of work. We're a strong team together, and we just going around, and we continue to being a strong team together. You know, like we conquering things. We're trying things new. We're just trying to step out of our own selves, I guess you could say it like that, trying new things.
Living here in Mexico.
Doing something new. Those that know me know my background and know who I am.
He would have never come here.
I would have never come here. There's a lot of things I wouldn't be doing now, but
I would have jumped off somebody would have told me, oh, watch out, there's, you know, don't jump the cliff. I would have been like, what? As I'm jumping off the cliff, and he's more like, let me go ahead and assess everything. But that's the perfect balance. You know, we help. And now he's made me a little bit more cautious, and I made him a little bit more, I guess, spontaneous, I guess you could say. So
sometimes I jump without the parachute. Sometimes.
I do it too many times. But that's pretty much it. So that's our story of how we met. And that's a short version of it, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot that we were kind of rolling through, but yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed it, and we're gonna show you the end result of our cooking here, of our plates. I'm gonna go ahead and whip up some quick lemon pepper string beans to go with my cilantro lime rice, and with my beef with red salsa. So let's do that.